let's do my somewhat in the bag progress. It's probably like a progress update, the beginning of 2018. Let's go with that. All right, first up, overstable, anything within 350 to 380 on pure hyzer, Lucid Enforcer. Max weight, this is gonna be headwind, kind of like today. It's really windy here. It doesn't usually get that windy here in Florida, the Panhandle. Skip shots, sidearm skip shots, backhand low skip shots. I can trust the Enforcer, the big rim, the stability of it. Everybody should have one in the bag just for the predictable stability of it. So, Lucid Enforcer. We'll go on to my Defenders. I have a brand new one, still got a sticker on the back, Fusion Defender, and that should be max weight, well, 173, my bad. And then a 174 Lucid Defender. This one came from the Emerald Coast Gold Rush. That was our 135-man bag tag round, our opening bag tag round, which is insane. I picked it up, it's got a beautiful pop to it. I'm looking forward to this Fusion plastic beating in really good to where it'll be a nice hyzer flip, just long-range bomber. Anything around that 400-foot mark, 380 to 400, where I want to get a little bit more distance to the Enforcer, I'll go up to the Defender. And the same way with the Lucid one, it's beat in pretty good. It's still got a lot of stability in it, but I'll use this mainly for that sidearm. When I can't throw my Sheriff, which I'm getting to in a minute, I love throwing this Defender, and I know it's going to have the stability to come back. Moving on to my last distance driver at the moment is, of course, the Sheriff. Does this look familiar? It should look familiar. If you go on my old reviews of the Sheriff, you will notice I gave one exactly like this away. I could not get the absolute identical one that I gave away, but this one, I think, yeah, it weighs 171 or 172, 171. I think the one that I did a review on weighed like 173 or 174. But I loved it so much that I went and got one myself, and I actually have another one on order because they are amazing. Why are they amazing? Well, for one, tailwind bomber, backhand tailwind bomber. If I got to go over that 400-foot mark, I'm calling up to a Sheriff. If I have to throw a sidearm, max distance sidearm, I will go to a Sheriff because I don't have to put any effort into it. I can release it on a slight hyzer. It flips up, turns a little bit, and comes back. That surprised me most in my review, is the sidearming of this disc is just absolutely amazing. It doesn't even want to be in my hand, it's just trying to fly out. So, those are my distance drivers. What's going to change throughout the year? I'm looking for biofusion on Enforcers and Defenders, mainly Defenders. I'm having some distance issues. I think I'm down almost 100 foot compared to this time last year on my throwing, and that's just because I'm not throwing as much as I normally would. So I'm looking to get some biofusion, beat them in, and then work myself back up. So, going into fairways. This can be really simple. A Fusion Criminal just recently hit the bag last week. When I did the review on the Lucid Criminal, it was great, but it was just a meat hook. This Fusion, I found in the Fusion plastic, tends to be a little less stable, and being Fusion plastic, I know it's going to beat up and be really nice. I love this for any kind of sidearm or backhands that I just don't want to go too far. This is going to be my XXX replacers. It's going to be my overstable mid-range. It's going to be my utility, my thumber. Basically, if I got to throw really hard and I don't want to go too far, it's going to be a Criminal. Distance-wise, I would say anywhere between 250 and 330. That's a good safe distance range that I'll actually throw this on some kind of hyzer or sidearm. Moving on to another new disc that's in my bag. This is a couple weeks old. You've seen this on Instagram a few times, and that is the Lucid Felons. I have two of them. The Felon is that Firebird-ish type disc that everybody wants, everybody throws, some kind of Firebird-ish type disc. For me, is the Felon. I can't believe it took me so long. Only up to about a month ago is when I started throwing these, which is just bonkers. You guys know I had XXXs before, so I didn't really ever use these. Now, I can't get rid of them. They kicked my XXXs out. Between the Criminal and the Felons, I can't stop throwing them. That 350 to 380, just laser beam backhand that I know no matter what's going to come back, Absolutely love it. I love them on backhand, but they really, really shine for me on a sidearm. Moving on to the mids. This is going to be really simple. This black one is a Biofusion Original Truth. Shout out to Fully, one of my favorite courses in the area. The Fusion Truth, or this Biofusion Truth for me, is a hyzer flip machine. Throw it on a hyzer, flips up flat, turns over, and it's a truth. It's got that truth. It feels like a truth, but it turns over like a tersis. Definitely a keeper. Truth number 2 is a normal truth. Everybody should have a normal truth in their bag. I know EMAC truths are popular, but everybody should have a normal truth in the bag. I've had this one for quite some time, over a year or two. It is, I can throw whatever I want with it. If I want to throw it on hyzer, it'll hold hyzer. If I want to throw it straight, it'll throw it straight. If I want to throw it on a turnover, it'll hold turnover. Amazing. Love the truth. Max weight. Sorry, you're going to keep hearing some random. You're going to see me cutting in and out of video because the wind won't stop. I don't know how windy it is in the camera. Stop, wind, please. Please stop. I want to film. All right, so we have an EMAC Truth. This is my most thrown disc in my bag, next to my Cenis. 350 and in, like that 350 mark. I don't carry fairways, straight fairways at the moment. I'm waiting on maybe an Explorer or Maverick to see how they fly. But the EMAC Truth, it's just grip it and rip it, and it's going to glide as far as most fairways I've ever thrown. I used to carry a Saint, and I used to always debate about throwing the EMAC Truth or the Saint because they almost would land right next to each other because these EMAC Truths just have so much glide. So anywhere in that 350 mark, 350 foot mark, EMAC Truth all day. Then recently I just put a bar stamp EMAC Truth in. These are a tick more stable. That's why I have 4 of them, each in the stability line. The bar stamps are just a little bit more stable. Not over stable, but just a little bit more stable that I could trust it in, just a little bit more wind. All right, finally, the putters. I throw a Zero Soft Cenis. This one I've had it for about 2.5, 3 years, maybe even more, maybe 3. I'm thinking right at 3 years. Just absolutely amazing. My favorite putting approach and driving putter to date, because you guys know all about this Cenis. Can you see it? Oh, I'm sure you can see that in the camera. Look at that bad boy. This thing's over 4 years old, still flies just as straight as day one. The difference is now I can throw it on turnovers. I can throw it straight. I can hyzer flip it. You know, it's not as stable as this one. So it's almost like a Warden or a Judge now, but it's still at the very end when it slows down, it has that Cenis stability that I know it's not going to completely roll over. And as far as putting putters, I am putting with the Zero Hard daggers. These burst daggers got me throwing them. They're absolutely just beautiful. Putting with these deep dish, my hands are pretty big, pretty long fingers, long skinny fingers, so it fits my hand amazing, and it's nice to be putting with daggers again. I switched from the daggers to the PA3s when I moved over to Prodigy, and then I came back trying the Judge, trying the Warden, but at the end of the day, it's a dagger. I putted with it for 1.5 years. I'm going to keep putting with it now. So, like I said, right now I have my fiance's Ranger bag. I'm also carrying it in a Zuka cart. But none of that really matters right now because my bag's not complete. But I wanted to get that out, get a little distances, some footage of me throwing, so you guys could compare it to yourself. My biggest thing with this in the bag is, one, you guys are messaging me almost every single day, what am I throwing? But more importantly, with these in the bags, I think if you take away anything from them, it's I throw this disc this way at this distance. So when I'm doing my reviews, if I say, oh, this disc reminds me of my Truth, you guys goes, okay, so this disc reminds him of his Truth. His Truth is pretty straight. He throws it about 350. So this disc has this kind of, you kind of see what I'm getting at? I think that's the most important thing with this video. I know a lot of you don't care about my in the bag. I know that. But I get messages every day, and I just wanted to get out there. And I think, like I said again, the most important thing about this in the bag is the judging my review and how I'm throwing the disc based on what I normally throw. You can compare it to you a lot easier. So that's just my quick in the bag. Look forward to the Heart video coming out sometime this weekend. I'm guessing tomorrow, as long as it doesn't rain. As long as it doesn't rain. If I had the harp right now, I swear I'd be throwing it and throwing it and throwing it. Why did I not bring the harp with me? Ugh. Anyways, all right, guys. Till next time, thank you all for watching. But as always, be better than yesterday. Take it easy, guys.